Hello, friends, my yogis. All right, I'm going to try and make this 30-minute wall yoga video for you. And for those of you that have a wall space at home, great. Or if you can create one, which is what I did here in this bedroom. I just moved some of the things away from the wall, so I have this much room. And it's a supportive class using the support of a wall, and I hope you'll enjoy it. It's going to be just 30 minutes long, okay? So maybe you can squeeze it into your day. So we'll begin as we always do by getting ourselves centered. I've got a little bit of a challenge because it's very hot today and humid. We had thunderstorms all night long, so it's very humid today, but this is a good time to practice yoga, and let's see how it goes. So I'd like to start with us sitting against the wall, so you have complete support for your back. You just kind of wiggle your hips and tush right up there next to it. Try and let your shoulder blades touch the wall. Relax your shoulders down. And the small of your back, your lumbar spine, should not be against the wall. You want to honor that natural curve away from the wall, but you should feel the back of your rib cage and shoulder blades engaged with the wall, and you can maybe pull your shoulders back a little bit. You can let the back of your head rest against the wall if that's comfortable, but your head can rest away from the wall as well. And let's start by just closing the eyes, dropping the shoulders down, and just settling into this position. And make sure that you allow yourself to move a little bit as you need to, so that you can stay as still as possible, letting your body still and inviting your mind to do the same and just become still. Alrighty. Your hands can rest wherever they feel comfortable. I like mine resting on my knees, palms open, fingers soft, but you find what feels best for your wrists and your hands and your fingers. And let's start by taking a deep, slow breath in through the nose, and then breathe it out. And when you're ready, again, deep breath. And breathe it out. Let's do two more, okay? Inhale. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. Allow your breathing to return to normal. And we'll start by opening up the sides of the torso. So staying engaged with the wall behind you. Place your right hand down on the floor. Kind of bring it back so maybe your right elbow just grazes the wall. And then if you're able to, lift your left arm up. If your left shoulder bothers you and you can't have your arm lifted all the way up, lift it as high as you can comfortably, okay? And then take a deep breath. As you exhale, bend over to the right, but try and keep the back of your body up against the wall as much as possible. So like my right elbow touching the wall, the back of my left shoulder touching the wall, and maybe even pulling that left arm closer to the wall. That might be a little bit challenging for some people, especially if you've got issues with the shoulder. Just see what you can do. Staying in contact with the wall as much as you can. Opening up that left side of the body. Breathing in and breathing out. Maybe let that right hand slide away from you a little bit more. And then again, position yourself so the back of your arms and the back of your shoulders are touching the wall or just grazing the wall. Take a couple more breaths. All right, I'm going to reach my left arm out a little bit more past my head. You can follow me if you wish, or you can leave your left arm right where it was. I'm going to take 1 or 2 more breaths in this maximum stretch. And then to release, I'm going to actually turn toward the floor a little bit. Let that left arm come all the way down till your left fingertips touch the floor. And then walk all your fingers out towards center, out in front of you. Fingertips on the floor. You can take a breath in. And then exhale. Bend your elbows. Walk your fingers out in front, maybe a little more. Keep those elbows bent and just let your body fall forward. As you do so, you'll feel that deep stretch. Maybe you feel it in the backs of your thighs, in your hips. Definitely can feel some in your back. As you let your head drop, you'll get a little bit of stretch in your upper back and the back of your neck. Maybe you feel it a little bit in the outer thighs as well. Just notice all the different sensations coming up in your body. Send your breath energy in any places that feel tight. Let the exhale carry out tension and tightness, and then inhale again, opening. And exhaling, taking out some of that tension, releasing a little bit. Relax your arms, your shoulders, your neck, and your head for 1 more breath. And then fingertips on the floor in front of you. Gently press yourself up, really gently, coming all the way up to an upright position. Now I can see a flashing on my screen, which might be a little bit of extra light coming in through the windows. I might try and pause this for a moment, see if I can make a little fix for that so we don't have all that flashing. So let me just pause this. You stay right there, I'll be right back. All right, I think I took care of it. All right, so let's do that seated side stretch on the other side, shall we? So again, sitting up against the wall in case you moved away too. Sitting up, and you can have your legs folded in whatever position feels comfortable for you, okay? All right, right up against the wall, left hand down this time, and bring that left arm back so your left elbow grazes the wall. Right arm up as high as you can, as high as your right arm will allow, your right shoulder will allow. Take a deep breath. Exhale, let that left hand slide away from you. Start falling over to the left. Bend your left elbow so you can drop a little bit more toward the floor. And then relax. You're not going out to your very edge yet. You're just going part way. And then pull yourself back toward the wall. Maybe pull that right hand against the wall. This time my right elbow does not even want to kiss the wall at all. Left elbow was okay. Right elbow saying no. So again, you pay attention to how your right arm feels. Maybe your right elbow will kiss the wall. Mine's not going to do it today, not on this side. Let's just breathe here. Breathe into that right rib cage, the oblique muscles. All those muscles up and down the right side. Maybe let your left hand walk out a little bit more. Bend that left elbow. Stretch that right arm and breathe. And then for the last stretch, I'm going to reach my right arm out a little bit more. Doesn't want to go too far today. Even with the heat in this room, it's just resisting a little bit, so we don't force anything. Listen to your body. Breathe. And then to release, again, turn toward the floor, looking down toward the floor. Let that right hand, right arm gently drop to the floor, fingertips down, and then walk all your fingers, both hands, over to the center dead center. Walk them out a little bit. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale, bend the elbows, relax the hands, drop your head straight down and breathe. Notice how this soft forward bend might feel different than the first side. Maybe you're feeling it in different parts of the back of your body. Breathe as deeply as you can. Relax as deeply as you can on the exhale. One or two more breaths. And then gently lift the head, fingertips on the floor, walk those fingers in, come on up, take a nice deep breath, and exhale. All right, arms out in front. Let's inhale, arms all the way up, back of the hands touching the wall, and then inhale again. Exhale, arms come all the way down. Inhale here. Exhale, stretch them up and back. Back of the hands touching the wall. And then inhale. Exhale, hands come back down. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, lift and stretch. Stretch all the way back. And then inhale. Exhale, come all the way down. All right. Roll the shoulders out. Shake the arms and hands and everything out. And let's go ahead and come up on our feet. I'm going to reposition the camera so that it catches me from sideways, and let's see how it works, okay? All right, so let me just move this over here. All right, I hope this is going to give us a decent perspective. All right, we're going to do a downward facing dog with our hands on the wall, okay? All right, so I've got my hands, as you can see, they're a little higher than my shoulders. Feet hip distance apart. I'm gonna bring my hands up just a little bit higher, just like we would if we were on the floor. We'd have the hands out in front, okay? And then take a breath. As I exhale, I simply let my head drop in between my hands, and I push my hips back. I see now that I can't have my hips in this shot here. But you want to lengthen back as though someone were pulling you back, but your hands stay on the wall. Now this is a deep stretch for your shoulders. When we're standing, you can actually feel it in the shoulder joints. So go only as far as you're able to comfortably, but if there is some discomfort, as long as it's not pain, just stay there and breathe, as long as it's not painful. If it's just a little uncomfortable, see if you can stay there for 3 more breaths. And then lift your head so you can see your hands. Bend your elbows. Bring those elbows toward the wall. Can you do that? Bring the elbows and hold it here. So elbows are against the wall. Palms of your hands are against the wall. Hold it here and breathe. Heels down, by the way. Keep your heels down. You'll get a nice stretch in your calves. One more breath, a little extra one here. And then fingertips on that wall, push yourself away. Bring your hands down so they're right out in front of your shoulders. And we're going to do some wall push-ups, okay? All right, so I want us to bend the elbows, but instead of the elbows going out, I want us to start by the elbows going down, okay? So if we were on the floor, the elbows would be coming right in next to the ribs, all right? Try and keep your heels on the floor as much as you can. Take a breath. Exhale, push your nose forward toward the wall. Inhale. Exhale, push away. Inhale. Exhale, push that nose toward the wall. Inhale. Exhale, push away. Can we do 3 more? Inhale. Exhale, nose toward the wall. Inhale. Exhale, push away. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale as you move toward the wall. Inhale. Exhale, push away. One more. Inhale. Exhale, nose to the wall. Inhale. Exhale, push away. How'd that feel? Yeah, I know. Me too. Shake your arms out. We're going to do a second round of those wall push-ups, but this time we're going to let our elbows go out, which is kind of more of the military style push-up rather than a yoga push-up. Yoga push-ups, we try and keep the elbows close to the body. In the classical kind of military style, the elbows go out. So hands again are right at about shoulder height. Okay, this time you're going to let your elbows go out. This should be a little easier. You let me know if that's easier for you or not. All right, so we start inhaling. Exhale, nose toward the wall. Inhale. Exhale, push away. Much easier, yes? Inhale. Exhale, nose toward the wall. Inhale. Exhale, push away. Inhale. Nose to the wall. Inhale. Exhale, push away. Inhale. Exhale, nose to the wall. Inhale. And we push away. Two more. I think that was 3. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale, up. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale, up. So that was 5. So we did 10 all total. Congratulations. Good job. All right, time now for a standing pyramid pose. I'm going to focus this more toward the floor so you can see my feet. My hands are right there where they were from the push-ups, just about shoulder height. I'm going to take a step forward so that my right foot, my right toes are right up against the floorboard, okay, of the wall. I'm going to take my left foot back a little bit so that I have lots of length between my 2 feet. Both legs straight. Both legs straight. All right? We're going to try and keep that back heel, the left heel down, and right leg straight. And we're again going to bend the elbows and try and bring the elbows toward the wall. Your body will tell you when to stop. You may not get your elbows anywhere close to the wall, but just come forward. Feel that stretch in the back of your right leg. Let your forehead come toward the wall. If it makes contact, great. Pull the belly in and just hold it here in this supported pyramid pose, allowing the right hamstring muscles to gently stretch the back of your right knee, your left calf, left heel staying down. Keep breathing. One more breath. And then lift your head away, push into the heels of your hands, come on up. Hands are still on the wall. Now we're going to bend our right knee. Bend that right knee and let that left heel start to lift a little bit as your right knee bends forward. Come forward till your right knee is just over your ankle, and then I want you to push forward with your left hip so you feel a little bit more push here on the left side, and feel the hip in the front of the left hip opening. So right knee, looks like on the video it looks like I'm actually touching the wall, but I'm not. It's still a few inches from the wall. And left heel is lifted, but we're pushing the front of the left hip forward. And breathe. One more breath. And then slowly release. We're going to take the right foot back and left foot forward, okay? I'm just looking around for my little towel because it's really, really humid in here. I feel like I'm in a sauna, doing sauna yoga. All right, left toes are against the wall. Both legs are straight. And we start bringing the elbow toward the wall, all right? If you're ready, take a breath. Both feet flat and staying down. Bend the elbows. Coming in for a landing, bringing those elbows onto the wall. And then staying right there, unless you want to move your forehead a little closer, perhaps making contact of forehead to the wall. And breathe, letting the back of your left leg get a deep stretch. Breathing in, breathing out. One or two more breaths. And then push into the heels of your hands to slowly back away. Hands stay where they are. Bend the left knee. Bend it forward, bringing it right over the ankle bone. Your right heel lifts, and then push your right hip forward. Just pushing forward so you feel that stretch in the front of your right hip bone. And just hold it there. Pressing forward with the front of the right hip. And breathe. One more breath. And slowly release. Take that leg away. Shake both legs. I'm going to put it on pause for just a second. Alrighty, so we're going to do a little wall sit just to strengthen these legs. So if you're ready, bring your back against the wall. Walk your feet out. I'm hanging on with my hands here. Get myself in a position. Now you want to make sure your feet aren't going to slip. So check your yoga mat stability. Make sure it's not going to slide on the floor beneath you if you've got your yoga mat underneath you. I've got a couple there and I'm just hoping they're going to stay where they're supposed to. And let yourself drop down as far as you're able to comfortably. Hands resting on top of your thighs. And let's just breathe here. We've already been here for about 5 seconds, so let's see if we can stay for about 30 more. And pull those shoulders back and breathe. Breathe that hot, humid air. Whoo-wee. The big clouds, I can see them out the window. We might have thunder before this class is over. And breathe. We're at about 30 seconds now. If you want to hold it, let's go for 45 seconds. Why not? We're here already. Let's press the small of the back against the wall. Nice, good breaths in and out. Guess what? 10 more seconds and we'll be here for a full minute. Yes, let's do it. All right, you did it. Hands on the wall. Lean forward. Push away with your hands holding on. Okay? Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. All right, we're going to come down on the floor and do bridge pose. It was one of the ones that a couple people commented that they really liked doing bridge, using the feet against the wall. It's great for our circulation, it's great for the pelvic floor, and wonderful for our back. So I'm going to grab a little prop here to put the camera on so that hopefully I can get both my feet on the wall and the bottom of the floor too. So hold on just a second. Let me just arrange this here. I'm improvising here. Okay. I think this should work. This should be a decent angle. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to lay down on the floor, place my feet on the wall, okay? And I've got some extra padding underneath my shoulders. I got to move that around. But anyway, all right, so feet are apart, and I'm going to pull my feet down a little bit so I have more of a straight angle between my knees and my ankles. Just like if we were doing bridge pose, we'd have the knees right over the ankles, okay? Your butt is not against the wall for this one. We'll do that in a moment, but right now we just want the feet on the wall, feet flat. All right, take a breath. As you exhale, tilt your tailbone up and just lift your hips just barely off the floor, just a little tiny bit off the floor. Hold it there. I want you to pull your low belly in and then take another breath. As you exhale, lift up a little higher. And then inhale. Exhale, lift up a little higher. And then inhale, lift up a little higher. Now I know I have my knees way out in front of my feet, so I'm going to walk my feet up the wall a little bit so that I keep that alignment as much as I can. As I lift my spine away from the wall, I still want to try and keep a nice healthy alignment between knee joint and ankle joint. So you make those little adjustments, okay? And breathe. Now your chin should be kind of right there over the hollow of your throat. The back of your neck should be long and straight. And you want to feel this sensation of everything in the low belly kind of pulling in and upward toward the belly button. And breathe. You can tighten the glutes a little bit. You can lift up a little higher if you wish, but move your toes up a little bit too when you do that. We're going to take just a couple more breaths. And then we're going to come down really slow, really nice and slow. Pull the low belly in, bring your spine down, and then walk the feet down till your feet are again knees and ankle bones, ankle joints in a nice healthy alignment, more or less a right angle, okay, with your thighs being vertical and the lower legs being horizontal. Now we're going to do a dynamic bridge, so we'll just be lifting and lowering, okay? So we're going to start with our back flat. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lower. 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 One more. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lower. Let everything relax for a moment. Take a couple little baby steps with your feet so they're a little higher. So if you look up, you can see your feet. Your knees are not blocking them. We're going to lift up a little bit higher on this second round of a dynamic bridge, okay? Arms are just down by your sides. Take a breath. Inhale, and then exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lower. Two more. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, exhale, lift, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And slowly, slowly lower. Take your time. Bring your back down very slowly. Straighten your legs. Let your heels just rest against the wall for a moment. All right. Legs up the wall pose. All right, so this one we want to get our tush right up against the wall. Now, since you're already in this supine position, you could try and just wiggle yourself up closer and closer, but that can be a little uncomfortable. You can do it, and if you want to, go ahead and do that. Or you can sit up right next to the wall, so you're right up against it, okay? Your right leg, I've got my right leg, it could be your left leg. And then lay down, slide the first leg up against the wall, turn your body, and get the other leg against the wall. And then you've already got your bottom right up against the wall. Okay, we're good? Alrighty. Arms down by your sides. We're just going to hang here for about 30 seconds because it's so lovely for our legs, our feet, our hearts. Bend your right knee. Bring your right knee into your chest. Right foot against the wall. And then take your right foot and cross it over. Place your foot against the wall if you can. And then bend that left knee. Let that left foot rest against the wall as your right knee comes in towards you. As your left foot slides down the wall, you're going to get more of a stretch here in your right hip. And breathe. Nice stretch. Couple more breaths. And then I'm going to wiggle my toes, my left toes back up the wall. Bring my right foot to the wall. Both legs up. Tush still against the wall, yes. Bend your left knee, left foot against the wall. You can just hug that knee to your chest. And then take that left foot and cross it over, left foot on the wall. And then let your right knee start to bend. Your right foot starts sliding down the wall so that your left leg bends as well. And as your right knee keeps bending, it keeps pushing that left leg against you. I hope I'm saying the right leg on the right time. Left leg is coming in against you, getting a stretch in your left hip. And breathe. And 1 or 2 more breaths. And then let that right foot go up the wall. Bring your left leg to join it. Arms down by your sides. And guess what? That was 30 minutes of wall yoga. You can stay here and rest with your legs up the wall. It's a nice place to spend savasana. You can take your legs wide if you want to, and then try and press the backs of your legs against the wall just to get a nice inner stretch there in the adductor muscles, the insides of the knees. But that's probably not the most relaxing position, so maybe just having the legs up the wall and relaxing is fine. Take a few deep breaths. Allow yourself to relax. I don't know if you can read this, especially because it's backwards, but it says breathe. B-R-E-A-T-H-E. Breathe. Thank you so much for joining me for 30 minutes of yoga using the wall today. I'll be back with another 30-minute class as soon as I can when the weather cools down. Namaste.